buying their homes and hammer.
Go in!
My name is Zach Bagans. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one. So I set out on a quest to capture what I once saw onto video.
Holy oh my God!
With no big camera crews following us around, I am joined only by my fellow investigator Nick Groff and our equipment tech Aaron Goodwin. The three of us will travel to some of the most highly active paranormal locations where we will spend an entire night being locked down from dusk until dawn.
If this is the portal of hell, well, why don't you come up out of that ground and get us?
Hallelujah. In the small village of Stanley in Derbyshire, I found a property worthy of praise.
This house in Lancashire might not be quite so inspirational, but with what was just a £20,000 guide price, it made my heart sing.
New Jersey. Hollywood portrays it as home to The Sopranos, The Toxic Avenger, and The Alien Invasion and War of the Worlds. But we came for the real deal. Tucked away in the back hills of the northern part of the state sits this abandoned psychiatric hospital. This facility once housed thousands of patients tormented by mental illness, many of whom died while here. To protect their privacy, we cannot disclose the exact name or location. This is by far the biggest location that we have ever investigated. This abandoned old insane asylum sits on over 90 acres of land. 90 acres of land, and all these buildings that you see are connected by an underground tunnel system that we're gonna get locked down inside later on. And before we get locked down inside, we're gonna go try and find some people that have some stories to tell, some paranormal encounters, and also of the dark history.
It was to the point where I thought it might actually be dangerous.
With over 10,000 deaths attached to this location, there was no way of knowing who or what we'd encounter. Strange things were happening everywhere, and it was more than just stories. People were capturing hard evidence.
Oh my God. Look at this. This leads up to the bell tower. This doctor that was treating the patients here went mad and butchered his patients. Shortly thereafter, this doctor unexplainably climbed this exact same ladder.
While we were taking EMF readings on the grounds of the condemned mental hospital on Poveglia, strange things began to happen. Sinister presences had already attacked our equipment, and now they begin to attack Nick, Aaron, and myself.
Oh my God.
I just want to fall over. It's using my energy.
Exactly. I hear footsteps, bro.
Well, it's a new chapter in the life of this former Methodist chapel, and it's certainly going to take someone with divine inspiration to take it on. Let's find out who that was when it went under the hammer.
£1,000.
It's not going to be an easy conversion, and it will need planning permission.
I think one of the lovely things about a building like this is you can make it into a very individual dwelling and pull out some fairly nice and appealing features about it.
But what would this chapel, guided at £100,000 plus, get on the open market in its current state?
Its value is what you see in its potential. So it could fetch anywhere between £120,000 and £140,000. So we move on to lot number 49, the former Methodist chapel, typical chapel architecture. You've got a large former chapel meeting room with an additional schoolroom at right angles to it. Who's got £100,000 to put it into the bidding? 100? Thank you, £100,000 is the opening bid here. At £100,000. At 100. 102 somewhere? 102. At 102. 104 in front of me. 106. 106. £108,000. At 108. 110. 110. 112. 112. 114. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. 121. 121,000, 122, 123, 123, 24, 125, 126. Where are we? 126, I've got you, sir. 127, 128, 129, 130, 130,000 pounds, 131, 132, 132 and 3, 133, 34, 135, 136, definite, 136,000 pounds once, 136,000 pounds twice, all done at 136,000 pounds. Sold at the back, 136.
So for 136,000, the new owners of the old Methodist chapel in Stanley, Derbyshire, are Pat and his wife Janet. Pat and Janet live locally, and I was intrigued to find out their plans for this unusual building.
They want us to die here.
You have reached your final destination. Hell.
We were looking to downsize from our current home and was looking for a house to move into.
Downsize?
Yeah, well, that was the initial idea, yeah. And, well, we've got 3 months to get through planning, if that goes well, you know, with local authorities.
Yeah, and at the moment, it's presumably just got planning to be a church.
Yeah.
So you've got to apply for it to be changed to residential.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to go
I used to spend a
down?
lot of my childhood in this village, so I've got, like, as you might say, ties or connections with this area.
Looking for somewhere else anyway. Like the area, I also grew up in a village, so it's quite a nice feeling coming back to live in a village. And strangely enough, I went to chapel in the village, so a lot of my childhood memories actually stem from spending time in a Methodist church or chapel, so
Gosh,
quite a nice feeling.
It's all come sort of full circle. So then the idea is, what, to convert this into a home?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Including the little sort of adjoining bit and all that stuff? Have you got any experience in this kind of thing?
Yeah, I've got my own company which does home improvements.
Oh, OK.
Although we do specialise in garage and loft conversions, we do a lot of extensions and we do building. So I'm in the know, as you might say. So
Right.
I've got all the right guys around me.
Yes, Pat might have all the right contacts, but this is a little more lofty an ambition than a house improvement. And it's not even a house yet. So how do they hope to turn it into a home?
We strip it out, we've got to get that ceiling out, get rid of that completely to discover just how much height we've got. Then we need a complete mezzanine floor in here, which is a steel structure to get an upstairs in. Staircase over there. So once we've got the mezzanine floor in, then we can look at subdividing partitions for rooms.
The extension that's built on the side there, that's going to be the kitchen, but we're going to have a sort of family area, so we've got sort of kitchen and the dining area there.
How many bedrooms?
4.
4.
Yeah.
What's the budget then?
I've worked out a budget of about £77,000 for it.
About 77,000?
Well, 77,000, yeah, OK.
Very specific budget.
77,358.
Pat has gone into this thoroughly, budgeting down to the last penny. But then the whole project is dependent on them selling a property, so it's not surprising he's done a detailed costing.
I've had the council out here, in fact.
Oh, great.
Just to to get their feel for it, really. And also, I was trying to find out if it was realistic. And, the feedback I'm getting is quite good, quite favourable, that they will look favourably upon it. Good.
Good luck with it.
Thank you very much indeed. Lovely. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it was always going to take someone with imagination and experience to take this place on, and it seems that Janet and Pat have both. Still, it is an ambitious thing. How will they get on? Can't wait. You can find out later in the show.